Alright, today I'm documenting this 1999 Chevy Silverado 1500. I'm not going to show the whole VIN number. I'll show the last couple. It's 1116718. This engine here has cracks here in the block. And I'm documenting this for the purposes of the cracks in the block, and this customer has requested that I go ahead and put new cylinder heads on against my advisement, knowing that the cracks are in the block. This engine is most definitely going to have issues, whether that means as the moment I put this thing together, it has a coolant leak that's mixing with oil, or potentially overheating, or weak compression due to not being able to get the cylinder head to mate up to the top of the block correctly. Again, this is just to document the fact that I have advised the customer against the repair, but the customer did not want to replace the engine and has instructed me to go ahead and put the cylinder heads on. I have taken pictures. I can even show the head gasket. This is the head gasket off of the passenger side, and it was quite obviously blown between the water jacket here and the compression area of the head gasket around that first cylinder. You can also see the signs of rust all the way around the gasket. And then this is the driver's side gasket, and you can see it's also eat up with rust. This is indication of not using any coolant, just having straight gasoline, or I'm sorry, straight water in the engine. I know this is the passenger side cylinder head. It had previously had a freeze plug come out of the cylinder head. The driver side cylinder head also had that freeze plug out of it, and somebody has replaced it with a thread-in style on it as well. So you can see that's the mixture that was in the valve cover when taking the valve covers off. So oil and water mixture, as well as if you pull the engine oil dipstick, it also had oil and water mixture there. So when I put this thing together, it's going to have fresh engine oil filter and coolant in it. So fingers crossed for the customer's sake that I'm wrong and there are no issues, but just wanted to make sure I documented it, so that way if there is ever issues and the customer decides that even though that they were warned they want to take legal action, that it has been documented, as well as I did have a witness physically here who saw me instruct the customer that it was not a good idea, but they still want to continue down this road. So fingers crossed that everything works out okay. For further documentation, I do now have this 5.3 reassembled. And I did in fact drain the oil. That is what was coming out. The filter is off. I'm gonna put a new filter on it, new oil in it, and fill it up with coolant. And I guess we'll see what the oil looks like again after it starts up and runs for the first time. So still the same truck. There's the last several of the VIN, just to verify. Same Silverado. Condition inside the truck, we have all these cut wires. Then there's more wires back here, unhooked, more wires here, unhooked. And then there's even more wires somewhere. Right there, unhooked. Just cut off and just disconnected. The OBD2 connector is missing. Then the dashboard. So it's not even displaying either. Oil pressure and voltage is showing, and that's it. Alright, I've pulled the dipstick, cleaned it off. We're gonna show what it looks like leaving. It looks fairly clean. There's a little bit of moisture I couldn't get out. This thing will focus. But it is full. It's right at the max mark. Good clean oil in it. Now, vehicle owner has been called. She can pick it up. Fingers crossed she doesn't have any issues, but I suspect this thing's going to have issues.
Not as